In this video, we're going to form and solve a quadratic equation by comparing the volumes of cuboids. So we're told the volume of this cuboid here is 1 centimetre squared greater than the volume of the cube. So the volume of the cuboid, how can we find that? Well, we just times the length together. So the x plus 1 times the x plus 3 times the x minus 3. So we got x plus 1 times by x plus 3 times by x minus 3. Remember, in algebra, when we have things next to each other, these three brackets next to each other, it means we're multiplying them together. And it says that is 1 centimetre cubed greater than the volume of the cube. So that is 1 bigger than the volume of the cube, which is going to be x times x times x, which is just x cubed. And make sure you get that 1 on the right-hand side. The volume of the cuboid is equal to 1 more than the volume of the cube, not the other way around. So what do we do now? Well, we can expand these brackets here to try and simplify. When you have 3 brackets multiplied together, you should do 2 of the brackets multiplied together first. I'm going to do the x plus 3 times the x minus 3. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to do that quickly. That will give you x squared minus 9. And now we need to do the first bracket times this remaining bracket here. And we're going to do each thing in the first bracket times each thing in the second. So we're going to do the x times the x squared and the x times the minus 9, which is x cubed minus 9x. And we're going to do the second thing in the first bracket times each thing in the second. So the 1 times the x squared, the 1 times the minus 9, which is plus x squared minus 9. Now I can see I've got an x cubed term on both sides of the equation. So we could just subtract that to make it cancel like that. That's great. And let's just tidy up what we have. We've got this x squared term, minus 9x minus 9 equals 1. Now, in general, to solve a quadratic equation, you need to get a 0 on one side. So we don't want this 1 here. So I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. And the minus 9 subtract 1 is minus 10, like that. So that's good. I've got 0 on one side. What do we do now? Well, we want to factorise that quadratic on the left. And the way we do that is we find 2 numbers which add to give the number in front of the x, the coefficient of the x as we call it, that's usually the middle number, and times to give the number at the end, the constant term, the term without the x. What 2 numbers add to give minus 9 and times to give minus 10? Well, minus 10 and plus 1. So therefore we write the 2 brackets in our factorisation as x minus 10 and x plus 1, like that. And we do explore how to factorise quadratics in a previous video if it's not familiar to you. Now, we've got a product of 2 things is equal to 0. Now, if 2 numbers multiply to give 0, at least one has to be 0. So if it was the x minus 10 that was 0, then x is equal to 10. Or if the x plus 1 was 0, then x would be equal to minus 1. Now, which is it? Well, we can't have negative side lengths, can we? So the x can't be minus 1. So we're going to put a cross through that to reject that solution. So x is 10. And that is the final answer.